Everything is motivated. Everything is decided by somebody, and hence the narrative is set. And usually it is set by the most powerful people.
वो ज़्यादा ज़ोर से चिल्लाता है उसकी आवाज़ सुनने जाती है. That's what and that's what starts going into people's heads, and people who actually absorb it, like you said, children, if they're not mature enough, they'll absorb that because that's making the most noise.
We are trolled unnecessarily most of the times, and I think people just wait to hit back at anybody.
People have become very negative post the lockdown, post so much that's going on in our country, and I feel there's a lot of negativity, and I think people need to just check themselves because it's not cool.
Swastika, when we spoke around Dil Bechara, and there was like a vitriolic, I think, onslaught as far as social media is concerned. You were at the receiving end yourself, and you spoke out, and you shared whatever you felt like. You did not take the diplomatic sort of stance, and you said what you felt like. So in your personal, I think, opinion, how do you look at the entire social media bandwagon in a way?
I think just like any other thing, there's the advantages and disadvantages and the good side and the bad side. And I think people like us who are under the spotlight and always under the scanner, we are, trolled unnecessarily most of the times. And I think people just wait to hit back at anybody. It just doesn't need to be a public figure. It can just be somebody who is standing up for a cause, or someone who has opinions, and that is the place to share everything. And I've been told a lot of times by my well-wishers that why are you communicating about this, or why are you replying back? I said, are we just supposed to be on social media to promote our work? That platform is for communication. That is how you are talking to the world. I mean, how else do you want to go about it? So backlashes are there. People, for no rhyme or reason, for nothing. You can just post a picture of mountains, they will have something to say about it. You can post a picture wearing very skimpy clothes, they'll say you look good in a sari. You post a picture in a sari, they'll call you auntie. So, it just keeps happening. There's no end to the criticism, even if it doesn't make sense. So you just have to focus on what you want to do, how you want to use the space to your advantage, or what to express what you believe in. And I think, thank God for social media. Our country survived COVID, second wave. Because I know the amount of work I myself have done. In a week's time, there were this team of 20-30 volunteers that I was working with from all over the country. There are good side to that. There is so much of work I do for stray animals, and I don't even know those people. I've never seen them. I've never spoken to them on the phone, but I know them and they know me, and we are like working as a team, and it's like happening constantly on a daily or a hourly basis. So it's only possible because of the platforms we are in, and we are together in it. So trolling will be there, backlashing will be there, disadvantages will be there, but it's on the individual how you can make good use of it. Not feel bad or sulk that, okay, the world is, this is how I'm being treated. It's fine. You just need to be out there and stand up for the right cause and do whatever you have to do and feel what is right.
I just wanted to add something to Swastika. She's speaking from a place of great emotional honesty and depth. When she's describing a world like this, where she's fighting for your duty to not just be in it to get something, but also be in it to do and give back. It makes me think that, when you go to Ladakh, you can't just go to Ladakh and start being. You have to take a day. You have to get used to the altitude, otherwise you'll get sick. I just wish there was a way to protect our children going into adolescence, going into adulthood, where you just don't throw them into social media. I wish there was like a junior college of social media.
Acclimatization.
Yeah, I wish that was some way. Because aaj ki tarikh mein, Faridun, nothing happens on its own. Nothing is organic anymore.
No, but look, same thing. No.
I think, can you elaborate on that? Nothing is organic.
Everything is motivated. Everything is decided by somebody, and hence the narrative is set. And usually it is set by the most powerful people, and the people who think they are in a democratic setup in social media are not. They are just pawns. They make up the numbers. So not everybody even has the wherewithal to do something or give something back. Some people just exist. Now for those people, they need protection, just like we protect our children. And we tell them what is good touch, what is bad touch. I think it's important to tell people what is good influence, what is bad influence. Not in a moral way. To protect the child, to protect the person. You know, it's very important to preserve yourself. Otherwise, it will just corrode into your soul. It's so defeating. And I know so many children who are depressed today.
Yeah, I think you just don't follow things blindly. You know, like just because something has become like a yo kind of a movement today, or something is really gathering a lot of likes and subscriptions, you just don't follow it blindly. You also need to understand what you will be influenced with and by whom. That's very important.
No, one point, what he said, when you have, for example, sex education in school, there is a certain level after which you tell the child or put that in front of him. We can absorb it then, like he said. So you have to, acclimatize the child. You see there's a maturity, his brain can understand where he's going, what zone he's going, and to, basically. So I think that's very important, and I think that's a really strong point. I think schools have to start this at an early age to make them understand what social media.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be a moral police, because हमारे ज़माने में I used to watch a lot of TV growing up. तो आज मैं इतने confidence के साथ बात करता हूँ, मेरी आधी पढ़ाई TV से हुई है, क्योंकि उस टाइम TV पे देखने को इतनी अच्छी चीज़ें होती थी. And today, that time they said ये तो idiot box है. It's not an idiot box, but there has to be कि वो देख रहा है तो क्या देख रहा है? उसको बोलो ये देखने से तुम्हारा दिमाग खराब होने वाला है, या ये देखने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. It's just wasting your intellect. So similarly, everything that children are going into, because today everybody is judged by the way they look. Otherwise, even in our case, I'm also guilty. I have stopped and thought, am I only valued by the words that come out of my mouth, or am I valued by the thoughts that are in my head? So social media cannot be just about कि लोगों ने क्या बोला और उस पर टिप्पणी करेंगे. Social media cannot be कि किसी ने क्या दिखाया और उसकी नुमाइश की हमने क्या बात की. और अगर नुमाइश कर रहे हैं और खुद की मर्जी से कर रहे हैं, then full power to them. They can be naked, they can do whatever they want, but the comments that come don't always take that into consideration. And people are cruel. जैसे कि बच्चे जनरली अगर आप देखेंगे ना, लोग बोलते हैं कि स्कूल में बहुत लोग बुली हुए हैं, मैं भी बुली हुआ था स्कूल में, और बोलते हैं किड्स आर वेरी क्रूअल. आज सारे के सारे बैडली बिहेव्ड किड्स घूम रहे हैं, लेकिन सारे अडल्ट्स हैं, लेकिन दे आर बिहेविंग लाइक क्रूअल चिल्ड्रन. और एक भी सेकंड झिझक नहीं होती उनको किसी को गाली देते हुए या किसी को नीचे उतारने में. There's a certain pleasure.
I feel it's just they wait to lash back at you. It's like they are waiting.
Elon Musk ने 44 बिलियन का खरीदा है एक छोटा सा सोशल मीडिया कंपनी. वो बोलता है मैं बॉट्स निकाल दूंगा, वो कुछ नहीं निकालेगा वो बॉट.
And see, I think from my own experience, I can tell you this, that a lot of people are just out there to malign others. It is just, they are just doing that. I mean, that's what they wait like the whole day, and that's what, I mean, they are just sitting to do that.
And because they make the most noise, that's why they are much more visible and seen more. Otherwise, they're quieter. So जो ज़्यादा ज़ोर से चिल्लाता है, उसकी आवाज़ सुनने जाती. That's what, and that's what starts going into people's heads, and people who actually absorb it. Like you said, children, if they're not mature enough, they'll absorb that because that's making the most noise.
But I think by what you said, we are giving birth to people who are fake. So the more we speak about it on a social platform, as today we're talking about it, is we're giving them so much strength. It's people who have got nothing to do but want to comment, and mostly, and 99.9% of the time, are doing it under a fake name. So you're not really standing up for what you believe in. You're an empty vessel. You want to say something and you want to be relevant. Today we think that by being harsh or being scandalous, we are relevant. And it does not matter if I am hiding behind a fake account. So we're giving birth to a lot of these people. And when we even speak about the comments that come on our pages, we're just giving them so much strength. So I think we need to just stop talking about them, because if I valued a comment is if I knew who you were and what are you saying to me? Do you even know me? We all have struggles. But I think post-COVID and I understand COVID was very difficult for a lot of people. I lost both my parents. But you don't see me being aggressive suddenly. We all have hardships, but that doesn't mean you lash out on somebody else to feel valued and to feel better. And I think we encourage them, and people have become very negative post the lockdown, post so much that's going on in our country, and I feel there's a lot of negativity, and I think people need to just check themselves, because it's not cool.
Boss
Your viewers
boss
will
has the last
understand.
word.
Yeah. The viewers will understand that this kind of intellect and concern amongst 4 actors in this show, you can imagine how many discussions would have happened on set for the kind of show we have made, because this show literally shows this.
There's so many things that we can still speak about as far as social media is concerned. There's so many things that Jaaved bhai can possibly speak about, because he has his days.
The funny part is that, I just wonder at times, and I've also replied to a few people on my timeline that, will you ever have the audacity to stand in front of me and tell me what you are actually scribbling? Will anybody have the courage or the strength, to just come up to you and say that, just come up and body shame you, or say some ugly things, or taunt you, or be sarcastic, or abuse you, or do whatever they do by just scribbling a comment? Can they do that? Just come and say, "Hi, ma'am, very nice to meet you," and then say whatever they have to say? I mean,
It's exactly what was going on in my head. I swear, in the last
yes.
two minutes, because you can't do that in real life. तो ये आप चाहे प्राइम मिनिस्टर हो, चाहे बड़े से बड़ा स्टार हो, आप गाली दो, कोई भी कुछ भी बोल दो, you just say you can't do that in real life. So they feel emboldened कि हम तो उसको कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं.
very big power. I think people have started feeling powerful because they get to do this. You can just say anything to anybody, write something. I mean, that's it.
What is the relevance of Rang De Basanti today and Bhagat Singh?
Bhagat Singh will always be relevant as long as people remember that he was a 23-year-old boy who did what he felt was right. And I think it's important to know that films are made and films resonate with the audience. And it's something I said on stage. I don't believe that जो प्यार जो इज्जत होती है ना, वो कमाई जा सकती है लेकिन बचाई नहीं जा सकती. उसको हम बैंक में नहीं डाल सकते, पैसा नहीं है वो, उसको रोज़ सुबह कमाना पड़ता है. एंड आई थिंक अ फिल्म लाइक रंग दे बसंती कैन नॉट बी यूज्ड एज हमने कर दिया, कुछ नहीं किया. एक फिल्म बनाई है, उस टाइम लोगों ने कैंडल वैंडल पकड़ा था, कुछ बोला था, लेकिन जिन लोगों को फिल्म अच्छी लगी, ऐसा नहीं है कि सब लोगों को सही कारणों के लिए अच्छी लगी है, क्योंकि इट्स अ फिल्म, इट्स अ सब्जेक्टिव मीडियम. एंड आई होप दैट वी विल सून हैव अनदर ज़ाइटगाइस्ट फिल्म लाइक दैट makes us want to be better, that makes us want to work harder to be decent human beings. And that's the hope that I would have. That's why Bhagat Singh died at 23. And I hope we don't have to see the death of any more 23-year-olds who didn't have a choice but to die to wake up a country. I think we have got to wake people up while the people who wake us up remain alive, remain free, and remain strong.
All right, that's a clap worthy. So thank you very much to all of you, to Valusha, Swastika, Jaaved bhai, and Sidharth. Amazing talking to you. Looking forward to the series. I think it's really intriguing and coming of age series for Indian shows. Thank you and all the best wishes. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.